guys, so I decided it is time to do another cha-ching video of things that I have recently sold on eBay. So this is only my second time doing the video, and I'm kind of going to do it how I did the other one. Basically, just telling you guys what sold, what I paid for it, and what it sold for. So I do hope you enjoyed the last one, and I'm excited to do another. I don't go over absolutely everything that I sell. Lately I've just been kind of picking like around 10 things of just random stuff so you can kind of get an idea of things that are currently selling for me. So the first thing that I have to talk about is that vintage Avon advent calendar that I picked up at that yard sale that I went to not that long ago. I paid 50 cents for it, and when I found it, I wasn't even certain that it was like the Avon advent calendar because I had heard about these being very expensive just because they're harder to find and that kind of thing. So I didn't even know. I just figured, you know what, I'm gonna buy it because it's only 50 cents, and it ended up being the Avon calendar. It was missing the mouse, but I still sold it for $69.99. So that was amazing. I don't ever expect to find another one while I'm out at yard sales or thrifting, but if I do, and especially if it has the mouse, I am going to just crap my pants because I didn't think I was ever going to find one of those out in the wild. So that was a great score. And that actually sold after Christmas, so that's just you know, something that I can tell you guys is if you are reselling, don't just hang on to specific holiday things and wait to list them closer to the holiday, because people buy certain holiday items year-round. So definitely just don't sit on them and wait. People will buy throughout the year. So another thing that I sold recently was a Ralph Lauren tote bag. This one I purchased at a yard sale for $3, just a really nice tote. I love selling purses, and this one sold for $69.99. So I actually think it was also reversible, I want to say, possibly. I can't exactly remember. But yeah, I love selling purses. It's like one of my favorite things. You guys probably know that by now. I'm on the third. Can't even count today. So third thing is a pack of new old stock pillowcases. These here I purchased at Goodwill. I don't think you had seen this in a video, but I like purchasing vintage textiles, whether that be bedding. I don't really buy curtains, but just like bedding, pillowcases, blankets, even like tablecloths and stuff like that. If they are brand new in the packaging, I love it. It's just so much easier because then you know there's no rips, there's no stains, there's no holes, that kind of thing. So I found these pillowcases. They were pretty amazing. I paid $1.99 for them at Goodwill, and they sold for $49.99. So I'm not saying every vintage pillowcase is worth money, because it's not, but the fact that these were brand new, they were very colorful, just a very fun print, so I'm definitely glad that I picked those up at the thrift store. The fourth thing that I have to share is a Starbucks tumbler. Now here's a little story, and you guys, some of you might already know, when not even necessarily just Starbucks, but when stores come out with like specific launches and that kind of thing, a lot of times resellers like gobble the stuff up and then resell it on eBay for like 10 times the price. So Starbucks came out with the Halloween 2019 edition venti tumbler cups. They were black, matte, with the studded kind of detailing around the tumbler, which is, they hurt. Like, they're not very comfortable to hurt, not very comfortable to hold. But anyway, so these were pretty popular. They were reselling very good. I had gotten 2 and then I decided I wanted to keep one. So I sold the one. I can't remember what I sold that one for, but it was a little less than what I sold this one for. And then as the time went by, Halloween is gone, Christmas is kind of gone. I think the price has definitely increased in value of these. So I ended up selling mine for $90. And I think the one before that I sold for $60-ish. And the tumbler itself was $20. So I can't say like every time Starbucks comes out with a new cup or a new tumbler to go buy one and try to resell it, because I think they caught on during Christmas when they came out with the like pink and silver iridescent tumblers that looked exactly like that, like the studded type design. They just kept refilling stock of those, Starbucks did. So resellers went out and bought all of these up thinking that like they were gonna be the hot Christmas tumbler, and they ended up not being, because like you could still go to Starbucks and find them. So Starbucks might be wising up a little bit. Before that, the color changing cups were a super popular item that kept selling out, and people were selling it for way more. So that was just, for me, a fluke. Sure, it could happen again, but now I'm a little scared since the Christmas ones, Starbucks was on top of it. So I'm gonna be a little more hesitant about like trying to flip something like that, but considering I at the time wanted one for myself, and then I ended up selling my second one because I got one of the pink iridescent ones at Christmas time because I liked the color more. But seriously, the studs on them is not comfortable to hold. So number 5 is a vintage men's cologne. It was called L'Homme de Ventilo. Got this at a rummage sale. So what, I'd paid like $3 for my bag possibly. You know, I had a ton of stuff in my bag. So like averaging out, it was probably less than a quarter that I spent on this men's cologne. So paid 25 cents for it. Apparently it's harder to find, which is always, you know, makes more money. So I sold that for $99.99. And it seems like a lot of colognes when I buy them and I sell them here lately, a lot of them are going overseas. I think this one went to, I feel like it went to Iran possibly. I can't remember, but it was definitely out of the country. And what happens like with stuff like that, the people who are ordering them go through a shipping center here in the US. So me as a seller, I'm not actually shipping to Iran. I ship to their forwarding service. So the person that bought it, the address goes to a forwarding service, which is actually, both times this happened, they were in Sarasota, Florida. So they get shipped, I ship them to Sarasota, Florida, and then when the forward shipping company gets it, then they go ahead and ship it on to the buyer. So that's how that kind of works. So that was a great sell right there. Number 6 is the Goodie hairbrush that I just purchased in my last yard sale haul video. I paid $2 for it and it sold for $19.99, which is what I kind of expected to get for it. Some vintage brushes are definitely worth a lot more than $20 and some not even worth $20. So it's definitely something you kind of have to just do a little research on when you are finding them at thrift stores and yard sales and stuff. Just unfortunately at the yard sale that I was at, I couldn't look it up because there was no internet access there, but I just went ahead and took a gamble for $2. So I'm glad that I did. Number 7, I sold a book called Elf Quest. It's basically like kind of like a comic book type thing, graphic novel. It was just super interesting and cool. It was definitely older. It was from the 80s. And I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but no more than $2. I definitely didn't pay any more than $2 for it. And I purchased it at at a yard sale. So I sold that for $39.99. I don't really typically buy a lot of books to resell. I know some people, like, that's kind of what they specialize in, but I just pick up ones when I just feel like they're interesting type of thing. It's not something that I actively go out and search for. But if books are something that you're interested in possibly reselling, eBay does have on the eBay app, there is a little barcode scanner. So when you're at the thrift store, you can actually scan a book's barcode and then it'll bring up all the listings of the book. So you can kind of get an idea a little bit of what it could potentially be worth, as long as it has a barcode. Obviously, if it doesn't, you'll have to actually like type in the name of the book. So that was a fun sell. Then number 8, I have a pair of shoes. These are J. Renee flats. Eric actually purchased these and we got them at the Goodwill. They were $7.47 and we sold them for $39.99. So these were very colorful, different, unique, and they were also a larger size, which is good. Typically a larger shoe size sells a little better at times because it's harder for people to find cute shoes in their size. It's the same way with like bras and stuff. So that was a good score. So that was Eric's. So I have to like give him props for that. Number 9 was a Mockingbird tote. This was so super cute and I got this at Goodwill. It was in a bag, and you guys, if you watch all of my videos, you'll have seen this. It was in a clear plastic bag at Goodwill with like random like shopping bags mixed in, like plastic shopping bag. There was a Gucci bag, like Gucci shopping bag in there. But just, you know, stuff that you would get at a store, like when you check out. Like I think there was a Talbot's bag in there, and maybe a Victoria's Secret, I don't remember. But I did notice this tote kind of like tucked into this clear plastic bag, and that's what I was most interested in. So I figured like whatever, I paid 99 cents for the bag. So I was like, well, whatever, if nothing else is worth anything, I'll just, you know, pitch it or whatnot, because I was just interested in that tote. So I paid 99 cents for the tote and I sold it for $19.99. So it's definitely one of those things where when you're at the thrift store, just to, you know, keep an eye on things that they have packed up in bags or boxes, because you really just don't know exactly what's in them. And really there's no rhyme or reason sometimes when Goodwill is kind of like putting stuff together. They just, we're just gonna put this together kind of thing. So sometimes it doesn't really make sense. But like they could have sold, I feel like they could have put that tote out in like the purse section and put like $2.97 on it or something like that, instead of throwing it in this bag with other plastic shopping bags for 99 cents. Then the last thing that I'm going to share, and obviously like I said, this isn't everything that I've sold, but I sold another of the Department 56 Christmas ornaments. So if you watched my last cha-ching, I had sold 2 prior, so this is the 3rd one that sold. I paid $2.99 for it at Salvation Army, and it sold for $89.99. So I definitely still have some listed. This one sold again after Christmas, so definitely, like I said, even if it's Christmas, just list it up. I don't even have on this list, but also the Hallmark ornament that I just purchased in my last yard sale haul just sold like a few days ago. I paid $1 for and sold that for $19.99, and again after Christmas. So I can't stress that enough. If it's out of season, even if it's closed, like you're in the dead of winter and you have a swimsuit, just list it, because people are always going on vacations and some people shop out of season anyway. So that is everything that I wanted to share for this cha-ching video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you look forward to seeing more of these, as I will continue to do them. I mean, as long as stuff is selling and I can. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.